So this is Valheim. This is our very first Valheim stream, and it's kicking off with a blast of just craziness. It's coming across okay, good. Yeah, because OBS isn't quite sure for me, and like I said, before I started this, the music stopped. I couldn't get an internet connection. I was barely able to connect to the Valheim server. I don't know what's going on. That's the second time today. The internet went down earlier today for a good 5 minutes. I just lost it completely. So I'm hoping that we stay solid. So this is I have not done anything in this world yet. I don't know what this world is going to hold. I haven't explored any of it. I haven't done anything with it. So this should be an interesting, fun time. But this is what happens when you spawn into Valheim, okay? So we have these stones here, and each one of these stones are sacrificial stones. Where you have to attach the head of a boss. Starting with this one right here. Now, it's not saying that we'll get this boss out of the way tonight, but I'll give you an idea of what you're supposed to do. This is the boss stones. This registers the boss location. So we'll start with that. I brought over, this is my character from my other world. So I brought this character over onto into the server here. But what we're basically going to be doing is finding and building bases and exploring the world. And at some point, you know, when we go down, you know, as we go further and further out, we'll make it down here to the Ashlands whenever they update the Ashlands and so on and so forth. But let's start with doing a little bit of exploration here and going out a little ways from the center stone. These stones are kind of important. We'll have to come back to them. So, you know, they're marked on the map. We know where they're at and all that kind of stuff. But basically, we're going to want to know where they are at. Then we have things like these boar here that we can kill for food. I don't have... So I've got it basically on easy mode. Because I don't like to deal with the... I don't want the challenge of the combat and all the heavy stuff. You know, the whole idea of this is building and having fun, right? But, yeah, so we're going to be building and doing all that kind of stuff. But here's the key thing. And I think... I want to say... Yeah, so we have access to build all of our things here. So we should not need... Really? Seriously? We shouldn't need supplies. And with this character, I won't need to unlock any crafting recipes because we've already done that. So our biggest thing is going to be finding the right base location. Now, there's still things that we will need to collect. We'll still need things like wood for fireplaces, resin for... I'll show you guys all that as we go along. But let's go up here and find the first boss location. We're not going to actually fight the boss today. At least that's not my plan. Alright, so the first boss location is over here. Now, on the map, there are several boss locations for each boss. This is just the closest one to spawn. And basically what we have to do for this boss is bring over and put some deer heads on the altar here. And when we do that, it'll spawn the boss. He's a giant deer, and he shoots lightning from his horns and stuff. His antlers, his horns. It's a really cool boss, but I don't want to do that just yet. Let's do some collecting, because we're going to need food. Now, you don't starve to death in Valheim, but I've got my little food bar over there, over here on the side. And basically what it is when you have food in, the health bar... Your health bar goes up depending on what kind of food you're eating. So, like, I've got blood pudding here that gives me 25 health and 75 stamina. So it increases your health, your stamina. There's a magic system. There's all that kind of stuff. So that's all stuff we'll get into as we go. First and foremost, I just want to kind of feel my way around the map and see what we got going on here. Because this is my first view on this map, essentially. So these little things right here that I just killed are called Greylings. They are your basic enemy in the game, and they are all over the place. Especially in... So we're in the meadows right now. The meadows, the forests, that kind of stuff. They're all over those things. So there's some pigs and get some pork. Now there's buildings, there's little things like this. From basically what amounts to an ancient, like old Norse civilizations scattered around the map. There's different towers and stuff like that that you can find. There is a couple of different NPCs now. The newest one being Hilder, which is the brother or sister of I can't remember the other NPC's name. So let's go explore the map. Okay, so we've got, you can see how big this map is. We've only done a tiny little area here. I usually try to look around the center area to start with. We really don't have too much to be concerned about with, one, the low settings as far as the enemies are concerned, but two, I'm pretty geared up. There's some deer. Let's get us, we can get us a deer head or two, so we can at least be prepared for the enemies. So day 3, now this being a server, the days are going to pass whether I'm online or not. And now we find our first body of water. So swimming in Valheim is not the thing you want to do. You see my stamina meter down there. It's the yellow bar at the bottom. We're just going to get rid of these necks. I don't think we can pick anything up from them. But that stamina runs out real quick when you're swimming. Now this little place I probably could make it across. But bigger bodies of water you definitely can't. And honestly, I'd like to try to find places on the coast to build. So I'm going to see if we can find someplace kind of coastal. Because then we're going to have to start kind of figuring out our resources and what we want to do. Honestly, we won't need too many resources when it comes to building. But I still like to keep the resources up. I'm exploring the entirety of the coast because in the past, I've made the mistake of just setting up base at the first place that I see. Usually close to spawn. And then I find a place later and I'm like, well, I already put all this time and effort into this original base. I might as well keep it. Really? They tried. We don't want to do that just yet. We need to find a base first. That is a cave troll cave. There's probably a cave troll in there, but I don't have room in my inventory at the moment. This isn't a terrible place right here necessarily. Let's continue on. So many gray dwarfs. Ooh, I kind of like this area right here. Maybe, let's see. Because I was thinking was I could almost set up a harbor right here. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get in and out of there. Okay, this isn't too bad. I think I might make up a base right here. Got a nice little sunset right over that direction. Yeah, I like this. Okay. So first things first, we need to put down a crafting table. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down some posts here. Now the thing about Valheim here. I know there's a way to... Oh, snapping. There we go. So you can see when it's green. When it's green is when you're good to place. When it starts to change from green to red, that's when you're not good anymore. So that's when... Snapping bottom. That's not snapping to the bottom. There we go. Damn it! We need a taller piece. There we go. I don't normally build up off the ground like this. So we have the early base here. Go ahead and place down some stone. Stone will be our foundation, right? So sometimes this gets very frustrating because the building on this game is not always the best. Although I did bring a hoe. So maybe we can make this work. So our first house won't be our last house. But hopefully it will be a good starter home. And we'll have the crawl space underneath it to hide bodies. It's okay, because we're going to be putting walls up and all that good stuff. We're also going to be putting in a fire pit. Fire pits are a pain in the ass, though. Or they can be, I should say. This is how you get a nice big fire pit. Beautiful. Now the thing is, we need to build up around this. And cover it up so that it doesn't go out when it rains. Because that's the other thing about Valheim. When it rains, it puts out the fire if you don't have it covered up. That should be enough cover for that. So now, we want to build onto the house. Oh, did I really put that in the wrong place? That's okay. This is fine. We can just put... Seriously? Come on. There we go. I love that they let it just kind of be all awkward and shit. Now don't worry, we will put in windows and that kind of stuff at some point. But I like to get the frame up first. When I used to play Elder Scrolls Online, my favorite part about that game was the decorations. My favorite part about this game is also the decorations. I love housing stuff. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Like, you give me a game with housing stuff in it, and I will eat that shit up all day. I mean, you could technically speedrun, and there are people that speedrun this, but, why? That's so boring. Hardest part about this for me, I think I will go with the... Alright, come on. There we go. We'll go with the 45-degree corner. This is where it's at right here. Get a nice big roof on here. The one thing to pay the most attention to, obviously, is making sure that the whole thing doesn't collapse. And oh, by the way, the smoke can kill you if you don't ventilate properly. That's something that I didn't know the first time I played this. So I was in my house and I was like, why am I choking to death? What the hell's going on? And it was because the smoke, I hadn't vented, so the smoke was killing me. There we go. So that gets us a little bit of the way. Let's throw a window, like a couple windows in here. I actually had to go and unlock all of this stuff. And even if you start the game, if you start with a brand new character, you don't have any of the recipes. There's no way to unlock the recipes outside of actually going and unlocking them. So I have actually had to play through the entire game. I did it before they put the difficulty setting changes in, which means I've defeated all of the bosses, minus the queen. I did the queen after the difficulty settings, but I've defeated all the other bosses on normal mode, and it sucked. Ah, what the shit? Crafting station needs a roof. Hold on. We just broke our hammer, and I didn't repair. I can't. In order to repair the hammer, I need the crafting station inside the house. I can't put the crafting station inside the house because I need the hammer to do that. So let's just go ahead and remedy that issue. Crafting station. We're actually going to put it here for now. This is not where it's going to stay, but I just need it inside. The other thing we need in here. Well, we've got windows and everything. Go ahead and plop a bed down. This is the banner I use every time. Could be interesting. I am going to decorate for the holiday. Because what is a new game like this if I'm not decorating for the holidays, right? This is all seasonal stuff that's only available during the season. They recently changed the... They did an update because they've been trying to release this stuff on a basis like when it comes out for each holiday, but they have not been very good about it. So they recently did an update to basically where it would release the stuff based on the calendar date, as opposed to them having to manually do it, which I honestly think should have just been the case in the beginning. But what do I know? Like I'm glad that I completed Valheim like I did before the server, before they made the changes to the difficulty settings and stuff. Because honestly, it would have been so boring if I had not done that. I now know how to defeat the bosses, which I wouldn't know how to do if I had done it any other way. We're going to have a full kitchen and everything later, so I'm not going to worry too much about adding in a lot of other stuff at the moment in here. I will add in a couple of chests, because we need some chests to store some things. That... personal chests hidden over here. Or a little dude up in here. So the ward, this dude right here is awesome. Because essentially what the ward does is it protects your house. So like right now, nobody can open my door. Nobody can really break down the walls and that kind of stuff. They can, but it takes a lot more banging on them to get in. Kind of an anti-griefing thing. And I love it. Well, that's fine. Everybody has their opinions on games. I like Valheim the same as I like Minecraft, honestly. I don't really have a favorite between the two. I like Valheim's building system better. Valheim is a game, when you go on, like, all I've done so far is build, right? There's so much to do. And I'm going to be exploring the world and stuff, but this is the beginning. Like, you have to... It's actually a survival game. Minecraft is an exploration game. You mine, you craft, you explore. Valheim is a very much story-driven type of game. With an unofficial story, different bosses you have to level up to beat. You've got all of this stuff going on. There's an entire world out there to explore. It takes some time, though. It's a very slow burn. So we're going to make a little shed over here that's going to be our crafting shed. Okay, this is a good start, but I don't think it's going to be a big enough building. I feel like this is just not where things should be. You can tell how grounded something is. If it's blue, it's grounded. If it's green, it's solid. The goal is to have everything as grounded as possible because you can only build so high up. And we'll take and put that across there, and that's going to be our opening. That'll be our doorway into this place, right? Then we can have our stairs right there. Yeah, I like that. So then we need some more. We'll probably ground it every couple. That's about where that's going to go, though. Sometimes this thing does weird things with the snapping system. Missing required crafting station, my ass. See, the nice thing about Valheim nights is you don't have to worry about monsters. There aren't any more monsters at night than there are during the day. And you get cool little stuff like that when you sleep. Damn it! Now here's where things get tricky. Because essentially, if we want to do the roof on this house, we're going to have to go up. And the only way to really go up is this way. Oh no, there we go. Roofs are very difficult. Don't get me wrong, I really like them, but they can be a pain in the ass to put together. Oh my god, did my... Really? This is a terrible time for it to break. Well, it's really coming down. So we'll have that. We'll do log poles. I just think those look kind of cool in the middle. I am not meeting OSHA standards at the moment. Climbing a ladder in the rain. Not just the rain, a hard storm. I'm so going to get fired. I had to go with the taller roof, didn't I? We got it, though. The first half. We're going to put a little decorative stuff on this one. Get the beam across the top here. Nice. I like it. I go a little too realistic on where this stuff's at sometimes. It drives me nuts if it's not where I think it should be for like where it would be in a real situation. Okay, so we have that and that in there. We need the artisan table. I don't think the artisan table has any upgrades to it. So we'll just have these in here to have them because they're tables. This is what the coal is good for. Not eating. Not too bad. Nice open area. We have plenty of ventilation. Not worried about the smoke or anything like that. So we're good there. Coal. I don't think I have. I don't have any coal. I might have some coal inside. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should put, if I can. Yeah, I can. There we go. Got that down there. Let's grab some presents. Oh, wait. Oh my god, you can put stuff in the presents. I love that. That is so cool. And they each have their own inventory slots. That's awesome. I did not know that. The thing about these, and what drives me nuts, is they don't have any wall. They don't have any floors that go outside. So you're kind of stuck, right? With what you got, you know, the floors that they give you. So basically these floors, they won't like break from the weather, but they will wear out. I'm not sure how far out I need to go with this. What the hell? Boom! We have a boat. I need like a cooking place. I've got the boat there. Praise Jerry. There we go. We have officially brought Jerry into Valheim. I gotta figure out exactly how I want to do this. I think that's about the limit. A little bit different. I've never done a roof like this before, so this is all an experiment, to be honest. Okay, we need stove oven, but to put that in here we need an artisan table. Of course we do. Boom. Now we can place a stove oven. So we're actually going to have a couple of these, because if we're a bakery, we got to have the stove ovens, right? Put those up there. Kind of wish that there's bigger signs. I think there is bigger signs, aren't there? Maybe not. So people can make orders, and then they can sit and they can wait for the food to be made. All right. Well, I'd say we've made pretty good progress thus far for our first day on stream with Valheim. As rough as it started, it's gone rather well. So I'll probably do a little bit of work now that I've gotten started. You know, I didn't want to do anything before this stream, you know. But I'll probably do a little bit of work in between streams especially because like Valheim is going to be only 2 days a week. I want to thank you all for hanging out. It was a good time. A lot of fun for the first Valheim stream. But we got a lot more of these streams to come, and probably Wednesday. We'll probably do the first boss on Wednesday, because that'll be when Phoenix will be in, and we'll be able to play together and that kind of thing. So we'll probably do the first boss on Wednesday and just knock that one out. Maybe the first couple of bosses, honestly, because the first couple of bosses really aren't that difficult. But we do need, I need to get some food started and that kind of stuff, so I'm going to work on that and try to get some good stuff going with that so we can have some good food on the server and whatnot. But that's all I got. Everybody have a great rest of your night. Have a great Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow night. So, thank you. See you later.